Welcome to The Explainer. So, gather round, because today we are diving into a story that honestly reads like the ultimate cosmic fairy tale. I mean, forget knights in shining armor and fire-breathing dragons for a minute. Today we're exploring a storybook universe where the heroes have fur, the magic is literally made out of time, and this completely ordinary family is suddenly tasked with saving the entirety of existence. It's called the Loopborn Saga, and let me tell you, it is breathtaking, hilarious, and just a deeply moving adventure.
Now, every great fairy tale starts with once upon a time, right? Well, once upon a time, in a perfectly normal, everyday suburban backyard, there was a family called the Van Dorns. And they are your classic, chaotic, fiercely loving family. You know the type. They do hot tub nights, eat processed cheesy noodles at midnight, and argue over the TV remote. And the whimsical contrast here is just fantastic, because you have this incredibly grounded, relatable family who is suddenly just shoved right into the middle of an intergalactic crisis that threatens to unravel the very fabric of time itself.
Chapter 1. Meet the cast. Now, what's really interesting about this is our most important hero. It isn't a wizard or a seasoned warrior. It's actually a 20-pound miniature schnauzer named Chewie. Think about the sheer scale of her transformation for a second. At first, you've got normal Chewie. Her absolute greatest achievements in life include stealing an entire rotisserie chicken off the kitchen counter, barking frantically at animals on the television, and basically just waiting under the table for her favorite treat, which is crispy salmon skin. But then she becomes Cosmic Chewie. After literally walking into a rift in the backyard, her mind gets expanded by these ancient beings. She gains 11-dimensional thinking, the ability to speak in full sentences, and eventually she even gets paws that work like human hands. She basically becomes a guardian dog, tasked with saving reality.
Next up in our cast is Goose. She's the teenage daughter of the family, and she is secretly the hidden hero of our tale. So picture this. During a chaotic, sugar-fueled slumber party with her friends, who affectionately call themselves the Five Nightmares, by the way, Goose literally vanishes and falls out of the ceiling, completely soaking wet from the hot tub. Ever since that bizarre night, she's had this locked door humming in the back of her mind. She eventually discovers she's a master of cosmic hide-and-seek, destined to wear a humming crystal key and take on her true, ancient cosmic name, Arlandrea.
And oh man, we absolutely cannot forget Mito, the joyful dad of the family. If you want to know exactly what kind of dad Mito is, just listen to this story. During that exact same slumber party, Goose and her friends decide to prank him while he's fast asleep on the couch. They surround him in the pitch dark and suddenly scream, "Bloody Mike!" at the top of their lungs. Mito wakes up in such absolute, sheer terror that he lets out a shriek that sounds exactly like a 13-year-old girl who just saw a massive spider. It is such a hilarious, perfect family moment, and it really anchors the story in real love and laughter.
The rest of our colorful ensemble fills out the pages of this storybook perfectly. You've got Mama, who is the calm anchor of the family. I mean, she can literally sleep right through a loud teenage slumber party. There's Uncle Muck, who absolutely never goes anywhere without his trusty orange cooler. You have the older kids, Mac and Bubby, plus the other pets, but I really have to give a special shout out to Rocky. Rocky is a literal, actual backyard squirrel who gets swept up in the cosmic rift right alongside Chewie. She gets a massive brain upgrade of her own and ends up riding around the universe on a custom crystal surfboard. I mean, you literally can't make this stuff up.
So we have our cast, right? A suburban family, a teenager with a locked door in her mind, a dad who screams at slumber party pranks, a crystal surfing squirrel, and a dog who just really loves salmon skin. Which leads us to a massive, incredibly suspenseful question. How in the world does a 20-pound dog save the entire universe?
Chapter 2. The Sky Breaks Wide Open. So the inciting incident of our fairy tale happens right behind the family's backyard shed. This massive rift in reality just tears open, filling the sky with these impossible glowing colors. Chewie, who is just busy chasing Rocky the squirrel, runs straight into it and gets sucked into a realm of pure living light. And here she meets the Netheri. These are ancient, incredibly powerful, godlike beings made entirely of light who have watched over existence since the dawn of time. And, well, they have a bit of a confession to make. They accidentally broke the universe, and their hands are just too big, metaphorically speaking, to fix it. They need someone small, so they grant Chewie this incredible intelligence and the power of speech so she can help fix their massive cosmic mistake.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what is at stake here. The Netheri showed Chewie the actual structure of existence. It turns out, it's not some cold, empty, dark void. It's the Tree-Thedral, basically a colossal cathedral made of time, where the universe grows like a giant infinite tree. The branches are timelines, and where those branches braid together, they form what are called spirals. The problem? Right now, 7 of these critical spirals are breaking apart, and if they snap, the whole tree dies.
As you can imagine, this is a terrifying burden for a little dog and a squirrel to carry. But Rocky the squirrel, bless her upgraded little heart, delivers this absolutely incredible line, "Space donkeys don't quit." It's this funny, beautiful reminder that despite the massive universe-ending stakes they are facing, these brave little backyard animals simply refuse to give up. They are going to fight for their family, no matter what.
But the threat is incredibly real. What actually happens if those 7 spirals collapse? Well, then a theory showed Chewie a vision of the Earth spiral failing. It's scheduled to happen during an Alien First Contact event, right while Miko and the family are at a Foo Fighters concert in Portland. If the crowd panics when the aliens arrive, that collective fear will shatter the timeline and the entire universe will instantly turn into absolute nothingness. No pressure, right?
Chapter 3. Chewie loops to save everything. Okay, let's dive into this. To stop this impending disaster, Chewie realizes she can't just prevent the aliens from arriving. That's inevitable. She has to find a way to change how humanity reacts to them. To do that, the Nathiri teach her how to loop back in time. And her very first loop? It is a hilarious disaster. She tries the direct approach. She just trots into the living room, sits on her haunches, and starts speaking fluent English to her family, desperately warning them about the apocalypse. And she quickly realizes she's acting exactly like the annoying talking donkey from the movie Shrek. The family is just way too shocked to be helpful. It completely backfires.
But through a lot of trial and error, Chewie finally discovers the beautiful core message of this entire story. You cannot fight cosmic collapse with logic, and you definitely can't fight it with panic. Fear breaks the spiral, but harmony? Harmony stabilizes time. She realizes that human connection, specifically the feeling of thousands of people at that Foo Fighters concert all singing the song Everlong together in perfect unison, creates a harmonic frequency that is actually strong enough to reinforce the fabric of reality itself.
So to pull off this massive rescue mission across the Trihedril, Chewie needs a rock-solid plan. Step 1, she asks the Nathiri to enhance her paws so she can grip objects and type. But in a very Chewie move, she deliberately chooses to stay looking exactly like a normal schnauzer, so Mito will still give her belly rubs. Priorities, right? Step 2, she needs to build a cosmic crew of other gifted beings to help her, like Goose. And step 3, they have to actually navigate the physical branches of time to fix all 7 of those failing spirals.
Chapter 4. A new friend joins the pack.
While they are preparing to navigate the Trihedril, the crew gets a totally surprising new addition. Meet Mido, and that's spelled with a Y. Mido is a cosmic construct. He's essentially a clone created directly from Chewie's memories of her dad, Mido. But Mido is made entirely out of living light and floating glyphs. And because he's built from Chewie's warm, loving, dog-filtered memories of her dad, he is just incredibly kind. But he's also his own distinct person. In fact, literally the very first thing he does is build himself a fully customized, back-to-the-future-style hoverboard.
And why a hoverboard, of all things? Well, because Mido remembers that the real Mido always wanted to ride one, but was just too held back by adult caution and the fear of getting hurt. Mido steps onto his hovering board and delivers this absolutely stunning line. Life gave Mido caution. I'm choosing wonder. It is just such a beautiful theme for this entire explainer. Even in the face of a terrifying, universe-ending crisis, this story dares to actively choose wonder, joy, and adventure.
You know, the Loopborn Saga teaches us that the strongest forces in the universe aren't advanced weapons or massive alien spaceships. They are harmony, family, and the quiet, undeniable courage of small creatures. Which really leaves us with a pretty amazing thought to end on today. Next time you take a look at the dog or cat sleeping on your couch, just think about it. If your pet could suddenly talk, what cosmic secrets would they tell you? Are they really just waiting for a piece of salmon skin, or are they quietly getting ready to save the universe? Thanks for joining me on The Explainers today, and whatever you do, keep choosing wonder.